The noble touch of perfection.
What is Face to Face? It's a program exclusively in English. It's a show with special guests, all non-citizens of Moldova. What will we talk about? About whatever we feel like. Hi Konstantine, how are you today?
Fine, Natalie, and you?
I'm very good, thank you. First of all, I would like to say, I don't know if anyone has told you this before, but welcome to Moldova and welcome to our show.
Thank you. About the show part, the welcome to Moldova first time was 9 years ago.
9 years ago?
Long story.
Okay, so what was that about? How did you first get to Moldova?
A friend of mine was getting married to a Moldovan girl. Invited us all here. I came here, at that time it was still under serious dismay as a country. But you know what, within all that simplicity and all that poverty, there was so much goodness and it was so fun. I really liked it, I don't know, I mean, somehow it stuck with me. And been coming ever since, till about 3 years ago, when I decided to move here for good.
Now, why was that? What made you stay here?
The original concept was a restaurant. I came out here to open my own restaurant. Did that. About a year later, I sold it. And ever since then, been working with my partner, Anatoly, and we've been opening a bunch of restaurants in town.
Now, how many restaurants? Have you counted? How many are there? Come on, brag.
Well, right now there's 6 of them.
And they're all different, right? I mean,
completely different. We have a Chinese restaurant, Thai, Chinese, Asian, if you will. It's called Walking Noodles. It's in the mall. It's a fast food. There's a Greek restaurant, which is where we're sitting now in Mykonos. There's Grill House. There's Grill House Club. There's Alaverdi, which is a Georgian restaurant. And there's also Nostalgie, which is a club that serves food until 4 o'clock in the morning, 5, depending on what time they close. And we have a new project in hand, which hopefully will be open the next 5 months. It's going to be something that just does not exist in Moldova.
Well, that's a good thing to open. If it's not, it was never done here, then it should be good.
It's, you know what, progress is inevitable, and my partner is very progressive as a person, so we kind of see eye to eye in a lot of things, and it's fun. It's always fun opening new concepts continuously.
Now, when it comes to food and you guys are creating the menu, do you try everything that's on the menu when it's being created? Do you taste and you say, no, that's bad, this is good? I just want to know how this process happens.
It's a very strenuous process, I'll tell you why, because you can never get on a diet. That's the only bad part about it. Actually, once a day, Anatoly goes to this one and that one, and I'll go to the other ones, or vice versa. Basically, every day we pass through all the restaurants and sort of test market things.
You don't get to relax?
Yes, I do. I actually did 20 days ago. I took a nice vacation with my future bride, and it was fantastic. 10 days in heaven.
Now, your bride, she's from here, as you told me, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay, now, have you noticed any cultural differences? Are there other things that you argue about based on some things you're used to and some things she's not?
There is basic differences in our religions and our cultures, but none of it is really obtrusive, I mean, you don't really have a big difference, It's still the same philosophy. I mean, we're not talking about Tibet and, Moldova. We're talking about still Christian Orthodox, which is me. So, I mean, to me, it's the same thing. You
said you've been here 9 years ago, and you've been to a wedding, and now very soon you're going to have your own wedding. And what style is your wedding going to be? I'm just curious. European. Now, how would that be?
I'm sorry, I still cannot get used to, I've been to a lot of weddings, Moldovan weddings, and I still can't get used to that incredible abundance of food on the table where you really get a psychological thing and you gotta finish everything, and you're cranked up to here with food. You can't take it anymore.
That's why they dance so much in between.
That's what they do in between, or they do the every 2 seconds the alcohol shots?
Well, it's a mix.
I wonder, I'll tell you something. I've lived a lot of years in a lot of funky countries. where people would actually drink. But I never knew what drinking is until I came to this country. Man, can you guys drink? I'll tell you a funny story. About a year ago, there was a friend's wedding. He's French. He got married to a Moldavian girl. They didn't want a typical Moldovan wedding, so they asked me to do it for them foreign style. So here we have, 10 tables and the buffet on the one side. And of course, half the people are Moldavian and Ukrainian, etc. So it took us 6 times over the microphone to explain to them, you have to get up to go get your food. These people would just not get up out of their chairs. They thought that eventually the food is going to start coming to the table.
Yeah, because I guess they were embarrassed.
Culturally, it was amazing. I was like, get up already. The food's getting cold.
As long as we're talking about the food, what do you think about our food? Mama Liga and all that good stuff. How is that for you?
I don't want to really burst your bubble, but Mama Liga is not really your food. I mean,
but
you call it your food.
People brag about over here.
True, but it exists in the rest of the planet in different names. There's polenta, but it's the same thing. Granted, you do have the unique thing of serving it with smintina, but other than that, everybody else has it.
And you also know how people used to cut it a while back. It was a tradition that Mama Liga, you were supposed to take a piece of thread and you cut it with thread. And first you had to do like a cross, like once, twice, and then you cut small pieces for everyone in the family. I don't know if they do it in other countries, no?
Actually, I've never seen that part. I didn't know it was supposed to be a cake. I'll tell you, one of the things that really, not really bother me, but really freak me out, let's put it that way, in this country, is that you guys don't have one set of whatever. You have 2 sets of everything.
Meaning?
Well, you got 2 times Christmas, and you got 2 times New Year.
Yes.
Yeah.
That just means more presents, more reasons to meet with everybody.
Actually, I think people are ambivalent on the subject. They don't really enjoy it that much. For us, Christmas is a big thing. You'll see the whole city in lights, fountains, this, that, crazy stuff going on. From the 1st to the 5th of the month, all the way to the 25th, and also over. Here, it's just 2 days before. Stefan Shelmar gets little lights, and that's it.
Now, was there anything else that shocked you besides our double holidays?
Shocking. What else is shocking in this country? Your traffic is a little weird.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what. Not because people don't know how to drive or people get their driver's licenses via their cousins or whatever. No, not because of that. Not because of are they rude or not. No, they're not rude at all. I mean, if you go to countries where there's a lot of traffic, people are much more ruder. What freaked me out here, I'll tell you, is this. There's those roundabouts. Well, everywhere else in the world, the person that's coming in has the actual right of way. Here it's opposite. It's vice versa.
It depends on the sign.
I almost killed myself the first time I came here. full blast. Everybody thinking, oops, sorry. The beauty of this country is that it has a lot of looking forward. Other countries, like the States, Europe, whatever, are saturated. Here, there's so much possibility of growth. And that is the #1 reason I'm here. Besides, having a fantastic job and a fantastic life. I do it because everything I do is a novelty for this country. And I love that part, Here, you can be nobody amongst nobodies, and guess what? It's paradise. Who cares? I drive the smallest car in the city, and yet nobody cares. It's awesome, I'm having fun. It's an amazing feeling to be able to be on top of the world without even having anything, materially speaking. And I guess that's the basic reason why I'm staying here.
My last question to you is, you being a foreigner, you living here for quite a while now, what would your advice be to the people that live here?
Stop chasing the unattainable dream. I see people that are doctors, studied doctors, and they go to Italy to clean toilets. I'm sorry, I just can't get that picture into my brain. It just doesn't fit in there. And you know what? Yes, maybe they make a little bit more money, but they degenerate so much. By the time they come back, they're not the people they were anymore. I don't see happiness. You know, they lose it. As long as they're here, they live with peanuts, but they're still happy.
All right, well, thank you so much for talking to me today, and I wish you the best of luck and have a wonderful wedding.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. You always know where to find us.
Yes, thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Bye.